it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage a really important personality we have today. He is the Vice Ministry of Education of Panama, and he will have the opening keynote. He will be delivering in Spanish, so it's a nice moment to remind you that we have translation devices in case you need help with English and Spanish. And we also have sign language if you're watching us in streaming. So please, let's give a warm welcome to the Minister, Ariel Rodríguez Gil from Panama.
Buenos días.
Good morning. First, I would like to thank God for the opportunity He's provided to be here with you, sharing this moment. It is for us as a country, and a developing country that trusts first by the hand of God to be within these rankings. It's paramount to be here. We come here to learn from you. We come to nourish from you so that we can bring all these ideas to our country. I know that I have to be brief because I've only been given 15 minutes. That briefly, I'm going to have to learn merengue, to dance merengue from here to Friday. So it is paramount for us as a country to take a tour from where we come from, where we are right now, and where we want to go, where we want to get to. With you. First, by 1990, Panama only had 55,000 students in the university with an average population of 2.5 million people. Today, we have 183,000 students. But not only the amount has increased, but the opening of new universities. By that time, 1990, we had 6 universities. Today, we have 42 universities. And it is fundamental for us to generate knowledge that is directed towards development. By the year 2000, Panama received one of its main sources of development, which is the channel, the canal. We needed to train the professionals that we needed for that here. Likewise, the expansion of the metro, the environmental work, what we are working on very vehemently, which is mining, but without overlooking the most valuable resource of countries, which is the human resource. And a while ago, when the cup broke here in the podium, it reminded me what we had to do in Panama. We had to break the glass. We had to break the cup. So I thank the guy who broke the glass. You shouldn't feel bad. But we also had to do what the young men who came to clean up, we had to do that too. We had to restructure, reassemble as a team. And when you have to do that restructuring as a team, the only way to do it is having the support or leaning on the support of international entities. So it was fundamental to us to develop agreements with these kind of institutions. And we know that the development is about a team because our ministries, we are temporary. We as individuals are temporary in our ministries. And tomorrow I can go and work in my university to get some rest. But while we are there, we have to serve. And I'm glad I'm seeing some known faces right now. And I was startled when I saw these familiar faces, because I'm in a strange place. So today I was talking with someone. I was supposed to be going to Paraguay to receive an award because of the development of the universities in Panama. And yesterday I was supposed to be in Brazil. But when I had that difficult decision to make of where I'm going, I hopped in the car and the driver played a song from Juan Luis Guerra, and I took that as a message. I told my assistant, to make the call, and we're going to the Dominican Republic. So very important. We need to understand how we have evolved, not only as a country, but as a region. By the year 2000, only 23% of young men and women in the region, in the Central American region, were enrolling in the universities. Today, the region can say that 52% is having access to university education. That's why when I stand in a podium to speak, I never speak in singular. I speak in plural. Why? Because we have a dream that our students who start studying in Panama, if they have any kind of situation, can continue their education in Costa Rica, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Dominican Republic. And the big problem that we have encountered is that if there are no borders for God, then why do we cling to those curtains that do nothing but slow down the development of our Latin American region? We cannot continue preparing cheap workforce, cheap labor. We need to endeavor ourselves in training the new leaders, the entrepreneurial leaders that will take the reins of our country. But that's only going to happen if we provide real access to universities, if we prepare and educate the professors, the university professors. I've said this many times, and I am a professor of evaluation in Panama, and I like to make inquiries. And one of the situations that I have encountered the most is that the system trained professors to teach in a certain way. But when we find ourselves in the classrooms, we have multiple intelligence, individual differences, but we continue to teach in the same way. And that is very dangerous because it causes our young men and women to abandon the system. And that's why we need to update it and humanize our system. And the new professor, the professor of the 21st century, needs to be in tune with our students. If we don't do this, then we're going to lose this 52% that cost so much for the region to achieve. Latin America has suffered many changes, and within these changes, we as a country have to see that in Panama, the CONEUPA was created, which is an evaluation council, an assessment council, which is very interesting, and that's where and how we started to fix the glass as a team. And to date, Panama is an external evaluator of universities, a peer for evaluation. 20 years ago, this was only a dream. We had to be evaluated and be told how to do it, but thanks to that process of hearing how to do things or of being evaluated, we have started today to provide support. And now we can say that in Panama we have 23 universities that are not only credited but recredited. We have 5 universities that are accredited for the first time. It's very hard for me to see the presentation over there. I hope you are seeing it. However, our 42 universities are going through that change and interaction process, and as the previous speakers said, exchanging. This exchange is paramount. It's more effective to generate this kind of exchanges and having professors that bringing a certain amount of students to universities abroad. That's why we believe in exchanges. That's why the creator of the school in the province of Veragua, where professors are trained, did so having that vision. We started having Spanish, Japanese, Chilean, Uruguayan, Argentine professors, and at some point in history, that divided. That's why we need to export. The most valuable thing we have as a country is being able to learn from you. It's not coming here and tell you things, but to learn from you. But to do that, we need to be humble enough, and we need to have a level of awareness that allows us to do that. Precisely with the new administration of CONEUPA, we're going to start with that evaluation process of all the universities in the country. And it is for us it's very important to introduce new offers, flexibilizing the educational services cooperation between universities, and this is where professors in different universities are generating a collaboration system. We have the Technological University that in my country is #1 and is trying to really hard to help other universities with the University of Panama so that these other universities continue to improve with this model of good practices. A while ago, someone was speaking about the higher education before climate change, in the face of climate change. And it is to us a very delicate subject. In fact, in Panama, we have the first island that is sinking, and we had to take the entire community out of it. Along with their school, we created a new school, a new health center, and the entire community was moved to a different place because we were speaking or talking about climate change. Today, the islands are suffering, but we can't just ditch them over there. We need to generate knowledge, raise awareness, especially in these areas that are more affected and vulnerable that have been abandoned throughout history, because these are this is why it's fundamental for us to generate regional integration. As we said in the beginning, that we hope to dream that a student coursing a career in Panama can complete their studies in any country in the region. It's not about competing amongst ourselves. And that's another one of the big challenges, that competition of who's better, who's not, abandoning along the way those who needed help. And God has given us the opportunity of being there in several positions and roles, and we should use that to serve. Otherwise, when I get there to the pearly gates, I believe that I'm going to be asked what I did with the opportunities I was given. And I can demonstrate today that we've generated in Panama, at the request of the president, a university for the indigenous peoples, trying to assist them in their education in culture, technology, health education, technology and innovation, bilingual intercultural education, and historical and territorial tourism. But to get here, we couldn't address things as leaving indigenous people behind. We had to take them by the hand and lead them on, just as Panama needs you guys so that we can continue to grow. It's an honor to be here and to deliver these words so that we can understand that the only way to get things done is working as a team, and that Panama needs each and every one of you to strengthen itself. God bless you all.